Well, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Princess Leah 888, and this is your daily divine messages from Spirit, getting into our weekend wisdom for the first, or I guess second weekend, technically, of May. I hope you guys are enjoying your second Friday of May. I can't believe we're already here. But if you are tuning in present time, or if you're tuning in the future, I hope that whenever this message finds you, you're feeling good and you're feeling blessed. And if you're not, may this reading and this intuitive channel session give you some clarity in your next step of what can help you move a little bit closer to in the direction of conscious love. For that is my mission here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am an intuitive artist, channel healer, and my mission, my purpose here on this itty bitty vibe tribe we've got going on so far, building, is to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine through conscious love. So if that's something that feels right for you, feels like you would are aligned with, definitely subscribe to my channel, be a part of our vibe tribe, and hit the notification bell whenever we go live so that you can know and join us. Today, and if you're returning family and friend, welcome back, beloveds. I always appreciate your support. Can't forget about you. You're the reason why I'm here. Gracious, omnipresent, divine, God is the reason why I'm here. Conscious love is the reason why I'm here. As a lifelong soul seeker and student of love, learning what is and what is not through experience, through learning, through reading, through witnessing and observing. All I want to do is align with my truest, highest authentic self, and that is pure divine love. And that is the same within you. If anything in this video ever resonates, make sure you hit that like button on your way in or out so that you can also tune your energy into this message and I can tune into this small collective's energy as well. So first thing we're going to do, if you're new, is tap into this sound bowl, metal sound bowl, brass sound bowl of the heart chakra, because that is our mission, is to, what I say, heal the heart. And I love that this picture, this oracle, as I was clearing and shuffling, the home card from Izzy Ivy's Beyond Lemuria came flipping out. And it did flip in reverse. And I actually didn't think to keep it out. I put it back on the top of the deck, and then I heard that it wants to speak. And so as she points to the heart, the North Star inside the heart, that's where we're going to also be focusing on today and in this sound bowl healing. So you can place your hand on your heart, tune into the frequencies of your own heart chakra, and whatever messages come through for you or through me, if any of it is for you, take it. And if it's not, leave it. Okay? You can close your eyes and take a deep breath. Some fear that wants to come up and be released, but it's getting stuck right in the throat chakra. What is it that you are afraid to speak about, speak on, speak up? There's a big lesson, a big practice that's been coming up for me, and maybe it has for you too. And that is learning to ask for what I want or say what it is that I want, and to also say what it is that I don't want, and to not feel guilty for either of them, to not feel bad to want something or to not want something. If someone asks something of me, to just be able to say, no, I don't want to do that. Or, yes, I'd rather do this. Or, can I do this? Can you do this? Can we do this? And I'm hearing that it starts with having this conversation with God, with Spirit, Source, Divine, Jah, Allah, however you want to call it, your guides, your higher self, and even your inner child is what I'm hearing too. Because a lot of the things that we desire, a lot of the things that we fear, a lot of the things that we're triggered by stem from our inner child experiences. And maybe even it started at home. That's why this home card is coming out. And we are being called to return back to home. Your heart is calling you home. Number 31 might be a significant number, an age, a soul path number. You see that stopped abruptly. And so maybe you feel the thoughts of home make you stop in your tracks abruptly, is what I'm hearing. Maybe the thoughts of home, you see her heart is open. I see this in a couple of ways. The heart is open, and that points to the North Star, which leads you to home. I also see this as the heart void, trying to fill the void, the emptiness of the heart space that had been, as if your heart has left and you are still trying to fill this void. So maybe it's a little bit of both. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Trying to fill the void in your heart of what you feel is missing within you, only to find that what has been missing within you is your North Star, is trusting in your guidance, is home. And this speaks to me as my story unravels, and the story of me coming back home after I'm asking Spirit if I should share this personal story with you. Hmm. Alignment. 18. So maybe between the ages of 18 and 31, there has been some experiences that maybe got you out of alignment, I'm hearing. Maybe there have been experiences from 18 to 31 where you're now seeing it and it has left a gap, a void in your heart space. Maybe from 18 to 31, you learned that in order to align, you must come back home. And that can physically be your hometown, your home house, your homeland. Or it can also be the home within your own self, the home where your true, authentic self, where source energy lives in you. But I guess it's okay to share a little bit because I'm being pulled to it again. But I was called back home after ending a very long-term relationship, a very serious relationship. I was engaged to be married, and I was called to come back home. At the time, I didn't really understand it, nor did anyone. At the time, all I knew was that I wasn't in alignment with my heart. As much as I cared for and loved my fiance, my partner, there was still something missing in my heart that I intuitively, subconsciously knew was not going to be filled in this soul partnership. There was an expiration date, so to speak. There was an expiration date, and our soul contract had expired, and it was not meant for us to continue. It was not in a part of our alignment to actually follow through with our engagement. And that there was something back home that I needed to return to. And at the time, I didn't really know what it was, who it was. I had thoughts and ideas and beliefs and curiosities. I also had doubts and fears and anxiety and depression. And I had a lot that I had to align with. And maybe you've experienced something like this, and that's why I'm being called to share this story with you, because I typically don't really share my personal stories or personal life too much here. But maybe that's exactly what is needed right now, is to open your heart up, is to allow your heart to open up to your stories, to share your stories, because that's what's going to move you closer into alignment as well. And, all of this was around, when in 2020 when the whole world was upside down. And if you have found yourself, within that time frame in the last 6 years, having realigned, having completely reestablished what home means to you and aligned to what home is to you, if you had to come back home, if you had to completely shift. Yeah, look at this with the King of Crystals and the heart chakra being activated. If you did truly have to tap back into your heart, or if your heart had any, I'm hearing damage, and you had to heal that open wound, you had to learn how to stabilize, restabilize your life, rebuild your life. And in doing so, of that alignment, for me, that alignment journey, I should say, that journey back home for me, like you have the Knight of Crystals here and the Knight in the deck, but it is also the most loyal. It is the most stable because it takes so long for it to get to where it's going, because it is very diligent, it is very detail oriented, it is very meticulous and precise, and it really wants to make sure that when it commits, when this Knight of Crystal commits, that it's forever, that it's solid. And I always think of the Knight of Crystals as the Taurus sign associated with it, because Taurus is a very diligent and slow earth sign, fixed earth sign. And it once ruled by, see this big moon, ruled by Venus of beauty and abundance and love. So this Knight of Crystals, Taurus energy needs to stabilize, needs to know when, how, where, who, what, when, why. And it will take extra long if need be. But with this being in reverse, perhaps this weekend, these things are coming up as you are reflecting on how much you have grown and aligned. And with the Knight of Crystals in reverse, it is giving a speed up. Instead of it being slow, steady, there's a gradual emphasis on time, on timing. I'm hearing running out of time. Maybe you feel like you are for something. Maybe there's a deadline approaching, an expiration date, so to speak. Or maybe you're just ready to move a little faster, ready to pick up the pace a little bit faster, because the Six of Swords here with there's this clarity you are seeking. See, there's fog right in front of her, and she wants to move through it. She wants to move through it, the Knight of Swords underneath that, because she knows that there is a whole new portal on the other side. But the Knight of Swords in this deck here, the Akashic Star Child Tarot, This Knight of Swords is usually the Knight of haste, of making haste, of moving swiftly and speaking quickly and making fast decisions and communicating honestly. This Knight of Swords, she's more timid. Her sword is laid down. She's at the edge of this cliff, of this whole world, and she's contemplating, preparing herself to dive into this portal. Just as the Six of Swords, she is walking, preparing herself to walk into the abyss, into the fog, and see what it waits. But in order to do that in both of these cards here, is that you have to let go. You have to walk away from what's been known. The swords are of the mind, mental. You have to let go of what has been foggy for you, what has been fogging up your mind, is what I'm hearing. The mental chatter or other people's opinions or these agreements that you've either condoned on purpose or just took on as hereditary beliefs. But right now there's something shifting. You're moving. You're ready to move faster. You're ready to, because your heart is leading you into alignment with your truest, authentic self. That's a beautiful thing. Look at that. Fixed moon. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. The Taurus energy we just said is the fixed earth. So maybe you have I have a Taurus moon. So with this big full moon, so that's kind of confirming. Big full moon with the fixed sign. Maybe you also have a Taurus moon. But hold your vision. You know where your heart is leading you. You know the North Star, even if you can't see it. Honk for confirmation. And that's what led me. That's why Spirit told me to share this story over the last of the my journey of the last 6 years. Hopefully my 5 minutes of happiness alarm went off, so hopefully you can still hear me. Hopefully that didn't ruin our chat here. But what led me home was not because I could see where I was going. I had some ideas, like I said, I had thoughts. I thought maybe, but what I was doing was taking a chance, leaving it all behind, taking a risk, a leap of faith, walking into the complete unknown, following my heart's North Star, trusting that it'll lead me into alignment with my true heart's purpose, with the right people. A personal issue reaches resolution. So if you are figuring it out this weekend, or if you are recognizing where you have been out of alignment, it's coming to a resolution. You are going to find resolution here. Look, you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. And this Void of course, Moon, nothing will come of this situation is an interesting one to come through, because that void we were just talking about, feeling a void in your heart, feeling like it's needing to be filled, figuring out how to fill that void, how to fill that void. But I'm hearing nothing's going to come of this situation if you are seeking it outside of you, right? You have to also align with it. That's why your heart has to guide you. Because when you are seeking it outside of you, maybe this person will fill this void for what I feel is missing. Maybe this job will fill this void of, this security that I am missing within myself. Maybe this amount of money, or this, home or car, this mountaintop or location. And what I'm hearing is that nothing can come from that void. Nothing can come from that void, because it's not the external that will fill that open wound, that will fill that void. It is the alignment. It is the alignment with your true authentic self, the alignment with your true North Star, the alignment with your heart. And it's been a long journey to figure this out. But you are very, very close. Thank you. I love this card. The 4 agreements, the very first agreement, be impeccable with your word. Replace fear with love. I love this. This is our next step. This is how we will get to our goal that we are so close to. This is how we can come into alignment with where our North Star and our heart is leading us. This is how we can make it through the foggy unknown and take that leap into this brand new portal. We just had the 5-5 portal last week, or this week, this past Tuesday. And that's a big shift. 5s are of shifts, expansion, radical expansion. They're of freedom and grace. But in order to shift in that, in order to shift into freedom and grace and expansion, abundance, you have to shift your energy from fear to love. Thank you, Spirit. The human mind is like fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. When you're impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for words that come from fear. Your mind is only fertile for the words that come from love. So this weekend, I'm hearing be really mindful. That's the steps you can take. Be mindful with speaking words that are in alignment with love. Choosing faith that is in alignment with love. Because nothing can come from fear. So then there's the 4th agreement, always do your best. Practice makes the master. Practice. It's not about perfection. It's not about getting it right the first time. That's why this journey has been so long. Because You are practicing. You're constantly learning. You're constantly unfolding. You're constantly expanding. And that's why Abraham Hicks says you can't get it wrong, because you'll never get it done, because we are always expanding and we're always going to be aligning or realigning. And that's okay. It's okay when you find yourself in a place of fear, false evidence appearing real, false expectations appearing real, false energy appearing real, false emotions, false ego appearing real. Fear is an illusion. Love is all that there is. That's what I'm hearing. So I hope this helps. Give yourself grace as you're practicing replacing fear with love. It's not going to be perfect every day, and there's still going to be fearful thoughts that might creep in. There might be some doubt. There might be some wondering. And that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's coming up so that it can be released. It's coming up so that it can come into alignment with your heart, with your truth, with love. Okay? So keep practicing. Just do your best to be impeccable with your word. Do your best to replace fear with love. Do your best to come back to your heart, North Star alignment. And you'll achieve your goal. You're almost there. It's just on the other side of that fog. It's just on the leap of this faith. And once you leap, all you got to do is leave everything you've ever known behind. Something is beautifully awaiting for you. I received that, Spirit. Thank you. And I hope you receive it as well. And if you do, say it out loud. I claim, I receive. Write it in the chat. Write it in your journal. I claim and receive that there's beauty and abundance and blessings already awaiting for me. It's just on the other side of my fear. Everything you want is on the other side of your fear. It's time to let it go. Whew, that's really beautiful. Never know what these messages are going to come out like, so this is a good one for the weekend to ponder on. And don't forget, astrology speaking, Pluto just went into retrograde on the 5/5 portal as well in the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius, the individual humanitarian, and Pluto, the planet of death and transformation by facing your fears. This is what's coming up. This is what we're releasing. This is what we're reflecting back on, where we want to move, how we want to move. But you're moving, you're ready to move a little faster. You're getting there. You're getting there. Okay? Just trust. So I feel like I want to say more, but I'm also feeling like this message is complete. So I don't want it to linger. I see 1:11 on the clock. So I'm going to see that as the time to end. And thank you for being here and tuning in and listening. And like I said, if anything resonated, hit that like button on your way out. Very much appreciate it. And if you want to be a part of my Vibe Tribe, hit that subscribe button as well and the notification bell so you can know whenever I do go live. And until the next moon, I will see you. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.